Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2022 annual meeting of the Friends of the Library. I'm Bev Stevens. I am currently president, and I am delighted to welcome you and thank you for coming out and helping us do our business today. It's very much appreciated. What I'm going to do is give you a overview of what we've done in this past year. As I mentioned in the letter we sent out in December, we are delighted with what we were able to accomplish this year. And it's all thanks to, number one, you, the friends, to the fantastic volunteer group we have here, and to cooperation with the library and the trustees. We all worked together to pull through 2021, and we did okay. So we're going to start with books sandwiched in. If you were all for that, you notice we had another wonderful review. In 2021, we had to go virtual and we were disappointed, but looking for silver linings, we can always say that because we were able to go virtual, we ended up having participants from as far away as Texas. Okay, let's try one more time. How do we get to the next page? Well, first. Oh, sorry. That's easy enough. Okay, let's try again. If you can hear, can you put a thumbs up or something so that we can see? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go back to it. Reminds me of a nursery rhyme from when I was very young. There was a little girl with a curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. We are hoping that this little girl now will be good. We'll go back to books sandwiched in. We have 4 more in this series this year. They're up here on the screen. We encourage you to come in and listen to them via Zoom. If you're seeing some on here and you're saying, oh, I don't believe I missed that. They were all recorded last year, and you can go to YouTube and find them on our library site playlist on YouTube and listen to them over and over again if you want. So we are very thankful for Books Sandwiched In. We've done a great job, I think. And we will move on. So we were absolutely thrilled when our chair people, Anna Rice and Nancy Doubt, agreed that it was time for another book sale. And Pauline graciously gave us access to the community room in June, and we brought back the book sale. It was not nearly as extensive as we usually had, but it was quite popular. You can see here the children truly enjoyed it. And we all had various expectations when we started out. We just wanted to bring a book sale back. But we all, as I said, had different expectations. And so we created a little contest to see who could come closest to how much we would actually earn on this book sale. And the second picture you see there is Keith McPherson, who guessed that we would actually bring in $20,000. And his was the closest estimate. We ended up taking in $21,358.84. Yes, yes. We were so excited. And we had a good response from the community. They appreciated having it in the library. And so we are going to try again this June to have the book sale here in the library. There are bookmarks already out. You can check them out at the circulation desk and you can see the dates. We will plan again on 3 weeks. And I can tell you very truthfully, we have lots of books to offer you. Okay. In July, we had a very sad but extremely moving and wonderful tribute to our longtime library devotee, volunteer, guru, Mary Lou Walker. Her family had asked for donations to be given to the Friends of the Library, and we used some of those funds to commission a portrait of her, which hangs in the children's section of the library. This picture is in the center and it is flanked by 2 of her songs, Dandelion and the Peace Song. If you haven't seen it, we strongly suggest you go in and just take a look. Kind of gives you a little thump in your heart. We were able to invite some of the Walker children to come and join us for the presentation. Unfortunately, again, with COVID, we could not be as open as we'd hoped to be. We'd hoped to have children involved in it, but for safety's sake, we limited it to a few adults. Very moving. Again, if you missed it and would like to see it, Marilyn Puccio led us all in some songs, and that also is on YouTube. At the end of that memorial service or opening of the portrait, the Walker children very generously made a donation to our library, and they will be contributing to the renovation of the children's room. And we're hoping, the library's hoping, that with the help of Hunt Engineering, work on that will begin in the fall. We're very excited about that. The second picture on the website is the ofrenda that was created here in the library this fall, thanks to Gigi Alvarez. Again, it was a tribute to Mary Lou, and on the ofrenda, we had about a dozen objects that related to songs that she had written. In the fall, we were able finally, after 2 years, to come back to the East Corning Fire Hall. I talked to you in the beginning about volunteers. I cannot tell you how thankful we are for the young people who stepped up and helped us move books in a very quick and orderly fashion. We're giving a very public thank you to the Hawks varsity football team, the students at ASMS, at the Learning Center, and also to a local Boy Scout troop. This is a very, very small portion of all of the volunteers we had that day. You get an overview of all the books we offered, overseen by our guru, Nancy Dowd. And again, a picture of the children. We love seeing the children enjoy coming in and playing with the books. This sale, although it wasn't our best sale, let's say, we still did very well. We ended up taking in $22,657.10. So that after a year when we could donate nothing to the library, this year we will be able to give them some funding. And we will be back at the fire hall this fall. The dates will be coming out. We'll have them certainly by the June sale. So even with 2 book sales, we had accumulated 2 years worth of specific books specific to Christmas. And so we gave these books to the library so we could open up a holiday shop. This was up for the month of December. The bookshelves are thanks to a very kind donation from Sandy Van Warmer. And there was a variety there. There were Christmas mysteries, there was inspirational fiction, there was music, there were Christmas books on animals, there was lots of romance. We also had some specials from Neil Cornelius there. And then we created a little tree. This was out of the many, as you can see, craft books. Turns out there were actually 207 craft books that went into the making of that tree. Again, we held a little contest to see if anybody could guess. The closest guess came in, I think, at 225. And that person has won a $10 gift certificate to the June book sale. Thanks. So while we were busy doing those very obvious things, we had people also working behind the scenes. We have our co-chairman, Bernie Baldini and Judy Garrett, who do books for babies. And this is a program where we donate a book and some literature on reading to your children to each mom with her newborn baby. This year, we donated 334 books to the Corning Hospital. They were very appreciative of that, and we're always more than willing to call and say we're ready for more books. The bright red bookshelf is still a little bit on hiatus. Last year, we did basically nothing. This year, we were able to open a few of our bookshelves. Our chair people are Linda and Karen Swan, and they have continued to collect books so that the various members who take care of the bookshelves can always have books. But we found that this is a program that has become self-sufficient. And so many of the bookshelves now have people returning and donating books. And so it's a continuing circulation, and we're very happy about that. The 4 that we managed to bring up, we have a bright red bookshelf at the library, at the Presbyterian Church here in Corning, at the Youth Center, and at the Baby Bank. We are hopeful that eventually it will be safe for us to open them all up, but we do have that many. And membership. Hazel Russell is our membership chair, and she reports that at the moment we have 454 active members. Last year, we suspended membership because we didn't feel it was fair to ask when you couldn't take advantage of things. But Hazel and her committee set up a very attractive membership booth in the fall, and we are ready to accept your membership again and look forward to you doing that. Hazel also took the membership list and used it to send out the newsletter via email. We discovered during 2020 that we needed to be very frugal, and we have decided to continue being good conservators of our funds. And rather than sending out a December postcard, we sent it out via email. We have created, as you can see here, a Friends of the Library Gmail account, and please feel free to contact us at any time with your suggestions. If you didn't get any of the notices, let us know and say, here's our email we want here. We also have put up here the snail mail, Friends of the Library post office box. If you say, well, where do I send in my dues? I'm glad to do it, but we always collected them during Book Sandwiched In and it's not there. You can mail your dues to the Friends of the Library. You can also drop things off at the circulation desk here at the library. We have a mailbox and they will put things in there. The person who is supervising the email has said to mention to you that she does not check it every day. So probably once a week we check that. So please don't get discouraged if you do not get an immediate response. And lastly, we wanted to talk to you about publicity. Ann Foster is our publicity chair, and we've listed here a fairly extensive, I think, venue of ways that she tried to get hold of you to let you know what was going on. You'll notice that there's no newspaper there. Since the Corning office has been closed down, we have not had that coverage. And again, trying to be good conservators of our funds, we did not think that it made sense for us to advertise in the paper when it seems to have so little local news anymore. However, if you are looking at all of these and saying, I don't use any of these, I need another way to find out, please email us, write us, tell us where else we should put things. We certainly want you to come to our book sales. We certainly want you to be involved. We're always happy to hear from you. We always welcome suggestions. And we thank Anne for all the work she's done. So that is pretty much our, what all we did for 2021. I'm going to turn it over now to Pauline Emery, who's going to give us a brief blurb on the library. Pauline? I don't know.
Right, but has she not been paying attention?
She might be.
Here we go. Thank you. Sorry about the delay. I'm just going to be very quick because you covered so much in that wonderful presentation. The takeaway that I feel about 2021 and the Friends is that it was a year of action. None of you just sat back and said, well, let's just wait. You just acted and made things happen. And if the community only knew, you know, it looks so easy when you show the slides, but, and I say this every year, but the hours and the manpower it takes to do what you did, especially in 2021, was absolutely tremendous. You basically had 3 sales. You had, you know, you went forward, you had book sandwich in, you did a lot of the things the Friends do, minus a pandemic, but you did it, you tweaked things in a way to be able to move forward. And I just so appreciate that. And I know the community does. I will not forget when you opened the floodgates for donations. People were so excited. We knew they'd be waiting outside forever, and they were. And you know, where you might think that was overwhelming, it was so positive because people had missed the Friends, they'd missed their library, and they were coming back, and it was a sense of some type of normalcy, and just the recycling that the Friends do alone, not only in resale but the actual recycling of materials. It's tremendous, and that is such a huge help to the community. And like I said, I wish we had a visual of what that looked like, but I know it would upset some people. Because no kidding, they're not, you know, they're not just in a landfill, they're being recycled. So I appreciate that, and myself and our board appreciates the Friends so much. Thank you all, everything that you do, it's tremendous.
Thank you, Pauline. It's our pleasure. We truly have a good time doing it. And I think we also will hear from Barbara McLean, who is head of the trustees. And I want to make a special mention of all the help she was in getting the young people to volunteer for us. It was a fantastic effort. Thank you so much. Barb?
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure. Well, and I want to, as I often do when I speak to the Friends, since we've just had book sandwiched in, I always like to refer back to the book that we've just talked about. So I just wanted to say how much I thoroughly enjoyed reading this selection, the Thursday Murder Club, and as well as Pam's review of it. She was both of my sons' English language arts teacher in 6th grade, and was certainly one of their favorite teachers. And so it was a thrill for me to have gotten a little sneak peek into getting a firsthand experience of what it would have been like to have been in her classroom. So I really appreciate that. So thanks so much to Friends of the Library for bringing this experience to all of us. This Whodunit book was really an interwoven story of, as the author describes, interesting characters who had lived interesting lives. And it made me think about how we all have a lifetime of stories within us, some that are ours, some that we've gleaned from others, some that we share, and others that we'll take to our graves. Fortunately for us, we have a whole library that collects so many stories of others and of us. Stories that are the real, the imagined, that we can all enjoy freely and without discrimination or restriction to their access. And I also thought about what stories will we add to our own lives from this period of time? What will history say about us? And I really hope that it will say that we've been resilient, that we've adapted, that we've progressed, that we've forged on as individuals, as a library, as a collaboration between the Friends in the library, and as a community. And even though these past couple of years have been really difficult in so many ways, I choose to look at the future of the library as being bright. With challenge comes innovation and being able to see ourselves in a new light, stretching beyond our initial imagination so that what comes of it is even better than before. And thanks in part to the wonderful partnership that we have with the Friends and how you all have adapted and innovated throughout these challenges, as we've just heard, and progressed in spite of them, with the success of the book sales and sharing the love of stories with books sandwiched in and the love of reading with new readers, we are stronger together. And our story continues on, so let's continue discovering and creating these stories together. So for myself and the Library Board of Trustees, thank you so much for your hard work and support in helping our library continue to serve the community and its needs in better ways.
Thank you, Barb. That was very kind of you. I just got a notice, and it's good because we're segueing into the budget. Someone asked, what are the dues? For an individual, dues are $5 a year. They are $10 for a family. So relatively minor, but it just gives us another nice little donation. Okay, I'm going to turn it over now to Sue Conklin, who is our treasurer, and she's going to present the budget to you, which we need to vote on.
So they can hear me even if they can't see me, right? That's
Right,
fine.
okay.
So hopefully you can hear me okay. I just have a little brief thing I'm going to read to you. As you know, any budget is a guesstimate when it comes to a charitable not-for-profit organization. We look at the last year's income expenses, and since our last couple of years have been different because of the virus, we also look back to 2019 in the hopes that our 2022 year will be back to normal as much as we can. We hope for an income of $22,000 for our June sale and $23,000 for our fall sale this year. Our expenses are fairly easy to calculate and include such costs as printing of postcards for the spring and fall sale, postage to mail them, bookmarks with our sale dates on them that we distribute prior to each upcoming sale, advertising, truck rental to haul the books in September to the fire hall, rental of the fire hall for that sale, and hauling and disposing of the books, as well as some small costs associated with packaging books as they're sorted. And of course, anything over and above what we estimate is still given to the library for the programs that we support. We have changed our time frame of giving our gifts to twice a year after each book sale, as this makes more sense accounting wise and also allows the library quicker access to the money for their programs. In the past, we gave them our gift only once a year at the end of the year. A couple other miscellaneous expenses include purchasing books for babies, books sandwiched in, which really was not an expense this year with us being remote. We pay for a PO box rental and then filing fees to the New York State Charities Bureau. Our bottom line budget this year is $47,045, of which we plan on donating $39,000 to the library. And that's because we take expenses out. Our hope is that our income exceeds our expectations. And we also have found out over the last couple of years that items and services that we budget for expenses, and sorry, my English isn't very good, end up being donated by some of our wonderful volunteers and community members and organizations. This allows us more to donate to the library in the end. We did carry over from last year $1,276.32. So when you look at what our net was and then what our balance is, that would be the difference because of what we carried over. So that's all I have, unless anybody has questions that we can answer. And of course, you can always send those questions to that email account and we'll get back to you with the answers as well. Thanks.
Okay. We'll go send Louise over to check and see if anybody's putting, not yet. Any questions in there? Okay, if there are not any questions, then I need a motion to accept the budget. Do I have anyone so moving? Okay, I can't see a screen, so, yeah, I see a hand. We're still playing with technology here.
Yeah, can you just put
Tom
in?
Hart.
Oh, Tom?
Okay, Tom Hart has moved to accept the budget. Can I have a second? A second.
I'll second.
Louise Richardson is going to second it. All those in favor, you can just do a thumbs up. Anyone opposed, do a thumbs down. Okay, that motion is carried. Okay, that brings us to our final bit of business. It's not that yet, though. And that is the nominating committee. Keith McPherson is the chair, and he is presenting 2 candidates for membership on our board. The first one is somebody you all know very, very well. Lee Mertzen, having taken a well-deserved 2 years off, will be coming back to share her expertise and knowledge with us. And to balance out the old with the new, Sandy Van Warmer is coming on to join us. Some of you may know Sandy. She was the manager of bookmarks. She is also a former teacher, very active in the community, and has become a very valuable member of our volunteer group. So these are the 2 people we are proposing to have join our board. Again, I need a motion to accept them. Okay, Sue Hearn is going to do that. Can I have a second? Nancy Doubt is seconding it. Okay, again, all in favor can do a thumbs up. Anybody opposed, a thumbs down? Thank you. All right. That is all the business I have. Does anyone else have any business? Anything in the chat? If not, first of all, I want to thank Louise Richardson, who did this marvelous slideshow. I think that added so much. I appreciate it. Marshall, who kept us on top of things while we dealt with all of these technical difficulties. I think Sue already told you that we gave a generous gift, more than we had planned to give to the library in 2021. And again, I want to say that is thanks to all of you. That is what you are doing. We do thank you for joining us. We do ask you to stay safe, but I'm going to end with, if I don't choke up, Mary Lou Walker, who says, may peace and happiness all be with you. Thank you all. We'll see you next year.